Hello everyone, welcome to another Hardcore Bob plugin tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about the very useful Echoboy by Soundtoys. Folks, if your song needs a lot more echo, this is probably the last and only plugin you'll ever need. The song we'll be demoing today is a song called Start Another Planet by the very famous gypsy Brazilian singer Squash Mama Rambo. Let's take a listen.
We could start another planet somewhere far away from here. This ain't half the way we planned it. We could start another planet. We could start another planet.
Sounds dangerous. Now, because this song is about, outer space, I think Echoboy is just the perfect complement for basically everything about this song. So let's add a little bit of echo to the vocal. Now, as you'll see, there's the signature look of Echoboy here with their wood frame and other little fancy buttons. You know what the mix knob does. We don't have to talk about that. Let's jump right into the echo time button. Now, folks, if you don't know what a quarter note or an eighth note or a 16th note is, gosh, I don't know what to tell you. You should probably pause this video and maybe question why you've been doing music this long without... But thankfully, if you don't know what it is, you could just Google it and learn about it and then come back over and we'll talk about it. So that's basically what echo time does, is it sets the rhythm of your echo. Let's hear what a 32-second delay sounds like.
We could start another planet somewhere far away from here.
And of course, the more popular rhythms you'll hear in music today is the 16th note and the 8th note and the quarter note delays. Those sound like this.
Planet somewhere far away from here. This ain't half the way we planned it. We could start another planet. We could start another planet. We could start.
Now, of course, if you don't want those standard straight rhythms, you can go to this timenote.trip section right here. On the right, we have trip for triplet, dot for dotted, so you could have a dotted eighth or a dotted 16th. Again, just Google that. And of course, if you just want sort of a free flow of time because you're just sort of that kind of hipster type of person who makes weird music, you've got this time feature here which lets go of all the fancy notes and just lets you pick granularly the milliseconds that you'd like.
We could start another planet somewhere far away from here. This ain't half the way we planned it. We could start another planet.
And finally, in this little upper trio section here, we have the feedback knob, which is basically just how many repetitions do you want? Do you want the feedback to just be once or twice? Once or twice? Once or twice? Or do you want the repetitions to be infinite? Down here we have sort of the EQ knobs, and that just shapes the tone of them. And of course, this section only affects the repetitions, not the actual source audio itself. So if I were to cut the lows and make it sound like a telephone, you'll hear that just in the repetitions. Listen carefully.
We could start another planet somewhere far.
And if we cut the highs, we sort of drown the repetitions. That sounds like this.
We could start another planet somewhere far.
Okay, now we're going to move to a section of the song that has some drums. It sounds like this. Now, what better way to make the drums more rhythmic than by putting Echoboy on them? Now, if you really don't want to dial in the echo time and you just want to feel it in your body, you can just tap the tempo like that. Now, this section right here, folks, is my absolute favorite feature about Echoboy, and you drummers will know what I'm talking about. Now, suppose I want to put a 16th note echo on the kick drum. Now, isn't that just good and boring? Now, Groove will let you turn that straight 16th note into a shuffling 16 or a swinging 16. Let's hear what that sounds like. And here's a shuffle. Now, it doesn't stop there. Let's say I really wanted to lay back. I can drag it forward. Or we keep it on top of the beat, bring it all the way back. Now down here we've got these different mode A's here. Single echo is of course just one echo. Now if you switch it to dual echo, that's basically like single echo, but there's two of them. In other words, you can have an 8th note echo happening on the left and a 16th note echo or any kind of other echo happening on the right. And you could play with those, and that just kind of puts it in a wonderful little space. Now a ping pong echo is a lot of fun because it lets you have a ping and a pong, and you can think of that as left and right. And that plays all kinds of fun tricks on your brain, especially if you're listening in headphones. You hear all that ping ponging happening? That's a great little trick, especially if your song is about going crazy or having a lot of people knocking on things inside of your brain. And finally we have rhythm echo. And folks, this really just lets you get beautifully granular with the controls here. This is how you can have your echo really morph and change shape across time. So for example, in this case, you can see that over time, the high cut gets more gradual as the repetitions go on. Now all the way to the right, we've got our input. That's the volume into the plugin. Our output, which is our volume out of the plugin. And our saturation, which gives it that warmth and distortion that we love on our echoes. And down here you can just scroll through all kinds of different tape sounds and different kinds of distortions. As you can see, they each have a different kind of quality to them. I think I'll stick with Space Echo, since this song is about starting other planets and all that. Now folks, it's worth mentioning that the display here is a little funky, and that's really just because of my updated OS. It seems that Soundtoys is just glitching a little bit with the display there, but we're not going to give them too much of a spank in the tush about that. Now if you just like to get in the groove, get in the zone, get in the flow like I usually am, you might not want to dial in all this boring stuff here and just get right to the fun presets. And there is no shortage of presets here. Let's scroll through some of them.
Start another planet. We could start another planet. We could start another planet. The way we planned it. We could start another planet. We could start another planet. Away from here. This ain't. We could start another.
That one's called Nightmare Clowns.
Planet. We could start another planet. We could
Let's go ahead and turn that up there.
We could start another planet. Somewhere far
away. You hear how that gives him a little bit more honesty? Now folks, I'd be remiss if I didn't admit that Soundtoys Echoboy is one of my top 5 favorite plugins to put on everything. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of delay on the master bus. And for the master, I usually like to give it a little touch of, just a little touch of this one. So we always start gradually and then just find that right amount of... little saturation. A little bit of input volume there. Output volume. Did you hear some of the echo and the space that gave the song? Let's go ahead and mute this for a moment, just so we could hear the difference. And with Echoboy. And there it is, folks. You know, it's amazing how just a kiss of echo will go such a long way. Did you see what I did there? I sure did. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that was informative for you. And of course, as always, I am in no way a merchant for any of these products. I don't sell them. I don't work for Soundtoys or any of these other wonderful companies. I just love music, and I love these little sound shapers, if you will. If you like these videos, let me know about it in the comments below. That really helps me out. In the description box, you'll find a link where you can buy Echoboy and all kinds of other Soundtoys products. Now go on and make some beautiful echoey music. and have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm Hardcore Bob, and thanks for tuning in.